Alright, so I guess you can guess it. Today we're going to shoot something that's inspired by the Netflix limited series called The Queen's Gambit. Guess who the model is? Not only did the story appeal to me because I'm an avid fan of chess, but I also love the cinematography of this series. It's one of those series where if you paused it at any given moment, the frame that's paused will very well have good composition and lighting. It's just one of those, and the colors that they chose for this film is just scrumptious. Now, as a photographer, I can't help but be inspired to do something fun with this. So we're gonna try to replicate the film poster, right? But we're gonna add a little twist to it to make it more interesting to us. And we're gonna show you how we do it. So can we do it? That's a good question. Let's find out. Please welcome our model for today, who's going to be the Beth Harmon, Jonalyn Mardo. Anything you want to say before we begin?
I could have done more with the makeup and with my hair, but you know, it's just so impossible to really spend time on trying to copy the look, especially that I don't have a fair skin and I don't have a red hair. He'll do whatever he can do to make it look like Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, well, she actually plays chess as well, and she's getting very good at it. So yes, we're gonna try and replicate the film poster, but not to the point where everything is exactly as the Queen's Gambit. I've only seen one YouTuber, this French guy, who actually replicated the mood, the lighting, exactly the same. And he put his own self-image in the picture instead of Anya Joy. And he did a very good job. His name is Fabrizio. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Go check out his YouTube video. I'll put a link in the description. Watch him as he reshoots this Queen's Gambit as well, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, before we begin, please do smash that like button right now. We do appreciate you taking the time to do that. And here we go. So first we're gonna set up the background and lighting.
Yes, you do it. Alright. I'm just gonna sit here, okay?
What? You're not gonna even help out? Wow. Just a model.
Yeah, you know I'm gonna sweat. My makeup is just gonna melt and it's just not gonna look good anymore.
Now, in the series, Beth Harmon has an addiction, and she's got substance abuse. Right? She's a little bit of a drug addict from the institute that she got them from, them pills, and she's got whiskeys. But for us, since we're going to customize it to our own, we're going to match Jonalyn's real life, and we're going to represent Jonalyn as she is. She's a mother of 3, so she's got this vanilla syrup medication right there in the middle, cough medicine of her children, and her makeup kit. I don't know what that is. I think it's a foundation. Yep, that's it. Right on your left side, take out that bishop, and you can put the
Just want to guess, is the tallest?
yeah. Actually, as you can see from the film poster, the Queen's Gambit cinematographer Steven Meisler uses Rembrandt lighting, where the light is hitting the subject at a 45-degree angle and slightly higher than eye level. And you can tell that it's Rembrandt style because of this triangular lighting effect on Anya's cheekbone, where the shadow of her nose and the shadows of her cheek touch. The Rembrandt lighting style stood the test of time because it is the most flattering style. Not all, but most people tend to look much better in this type of lighting. I'm using continuous lighting of my softbox that I use for my videos. Judging from the poster, there's a small level of depth of field, so we're going to use an 85mm, all right, at 1.8 aperture, as you can see here. And since our light is not that powerful, we will need to compensate by having a slow shutter speed. It's not going to be a problem when you have a tripod and a very still model. All right, here we go. Now Beth, can you, I think her pawn is moved forward. The one next to the McCormick, you move it, no, the pawn in front of the queen, there you go. Move that in front, just one square. There you go. And the other pawn that's actually in front of the medicine, you move 2 spots. Her image right there. Okay, so that's pretty much the composition we're going for. So now let's shoot away.
Just like me, to mess up a good thing. Another night ruined, I don't even know when we became this way. Now you're acting so different than back when we had it easy. And now you don't believe me when I say I'll change. But how can I lose you now? Whoa.
Alright, out of all the shots we took, this one came out the best. And the very reason this one did it, the facial expression. It is one that suits Beth Harmon's expression in the photo. So the first thing I noticed though is the hands. Like most film posters, they are overdone when it comes to editing. As you can see from Beth Harmon's picture, her hands are so smooth and it doesn't have any wrinkles nor any kind of sagging or skin sagging whatsoever. Right, in Photoshop, all it takes is a little scaling, warping of the area, and we take care of some of the wrinkles and extra skin. But I don't want to overdo it since this is our photo and it's not going to be in billboards anyway, and we're just having fun with this. Here you see that the backdrop has a brownish pink, right? So we're gonna match it by selecting our background and change the hue as much as possible to match the background color of Beth Harmon's. Now the chessboard should have more contrast of black and white. So let's select the area and turn it into black and white. And then reduce the opacity of what we did to bring back some of that brown to match our overall tone of our picture. Now the pieces were affected when we did this, but that's okay. We can easily bring back their color. There. Now it's time to remove blemishes and correct the skin tones. Here I use the spot healing brush to remove the blemishes, and to correct the skin tones I use the dodge tool and burn tool, and then smooth out the skin with a little bit of Gaussian blur. And there, perfect skin. In Photoshop, anything is possible. Now let's make Jonathan's hair nice and neat, just like Beth Harmon's. Now for removing the frizz, let's use the stamp tool. And just like that, we have a nice and neat short hair. For me, the most important thing when it comes to portraits are the eyes. They need to be expressive, focused, and bright. Now we already have the expression, so let's just brighten it up and make it even sharper. I'll be doing a video someday on how I do the eyes, but for now, I'm just giving you an overview of what I've done in editing. There, sharp, bright, and expressive eyes. Beth Harmon has bright red hair. Now we're not going to copy the exact hue, because Jonalyn is not Caucasian. She does not have that pinkish white skin that Beth Harmon has. Jonalyn has this beautiful brown and bronzy skin tone. So the brown that I chose is this. Now, if you notice, Beth Harmon's backdrop does not have shadows. So let's select the background of Jonalyn's right side to correct it. Now for this, I use a stamp tool once again by collecting samples from brighter areas and stamping them onto dark areas. And before you know it, the shadow's gone. Now we're going to match the overall vibrance of the film poster by adding a little more color, just a pop, not too much, lessen the contrast, and darken the shirt in the middle area where the text will be. And boom, magic, right? But something's missing. Can you guess what it is? Yep, you got it. It's Anya's bracelet. Now, since Jonalyn forgot to wear her own jewelry, let's get naughty and steal Beth Harmon's jewelry. As you can see, the bracelet is a lot smaller because I got the Queen's Gambit photo from the internet where the file size is dramatically reduced. But that's no problem. All we need to do is scale it to fit Jonalyn's wrist. So we're just going to increase the size, make a twist here and there, and boom. What do you know? We just stole Beth Harmon's jewelry. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of vignetting on the film poster, especially around the bottom of the picture. And I like vignetting my portraits as well. So let's add a little bit of vignette. And there we go. Now it's time for the title texting. Now, I have a little bit of trouble with the internet right now, and I could not download the PNG file. So we're going to have to pick a font as close as to what they used and just make a few adjustments. And in this case, it's Sitka, the Queen's Gambit. Now for the text below this, let's customize it to our own. And instead of saying a Netflix limited series, why not say a Joven photography series? That's more like it. As you can see here, the Q is actually an O with a little symbol at the bottom. An apostrophe before the S is a dot. Yeah, that is a dot. Now let's make that correction on ours. Let's replace the Q with an O and add a little shape at the bottom. And just like that, we got the Q in Queen's Gambit. Here I just deleted the apostrophe and replaced it with a small circle and got the S closer to it. Now let's just make sure that the face is good one last time. Looks good to you guys? Looks good to me. Now let's just adjust the text and place it a little higher so that the chest pieces can be seen a little more, just like in Beth Harmon's photo. We have bigger pieces than Beth, so this is going to have to do. And there we have it. Our own Queen's Gambit. So if you'd like to see more of these type of shoots where we are replicating film posters, having fun with movie themes, what have you, let me know. If you'd like to see the editing process in Photoshop for this one photo, let me know as well. I'll be happy to show you how I really did it in Photoshop. Are you a photo enthusiast? Let me know. Did this inspire you somehow, some way? Let me know as well. But most of all, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on the bell for notifications of our upcoming videos. Until then, well, I think it's your turn to move. Thank you and much love.